Okay, we're live. I'm just waiting for some people to show up.
All right. Okay. I'm ready for this.
Okay. Yeah, you got this. That's right. Okay. Here's Locke. We have Melissa. All right. All right. Melissa and Locke in the building. We have.
Oh my God. Is that Sarah?
Yes, it is in the flesh. Thank you. Welcome.
Hi, Sarah.
Okay. Yes. Yes. It is in the flesh. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah. All right. We got Raul in the building. Okay. I am so happy today. Woo. Yes. So we're going to wait here a few more minutes. Yes. Well, Raul Joseph, okay? So, in the flesh, I have to pinch myself. I can't believe this, okay? This is God working, okay? So, Raul, please.
God working. God, definitely.
Absolutely. You better believe it. So, Juliana, thank you. We have Love, BK, I love that. We have Micah Ansel. Okay, we have Saliman Nasir.
Nasir.
All right. Yes. Welcome, everyone. So, Raw, what I'm seeing here on your profile is that you're a health researcher and you came to Substack in December 2024. Okay. And so your Firelight Zine 01 has 33 content creators. Okay. And that is profound. Okay. That speaks volumes of your leadership. Okay. And the power that you possess. So can you talk to us and explain to everybody who you are?
Hello, everyone. My real name is Faith Joseph, but I have been known by Rao all of my life, and I'm comfortable with that. And I recently finished my BSc, and I'm currently on my MSc program, and I'm doing public health in my MSc. And although I'm a career person in the field of health and medicine, I've always really, really loved creativity and art and the process of writing. It began from when I was so little, so small, when I first came across Pride and Prejudice. So since then, since 7 years old, I've always been obsessed with books, obsessed with writing styles, with art, and that brought me here. So I wanted a community so badly, and I found Substack.
That's amazing. And within Substack, you created your own community as well. You want to talk about that?
Yes, I do. The idea behind coming to write on Substack was because I couldn't get the kind of community I wanted to have on Medium. Medium is all about publishing your work and getting people to talk to you, but not really getting deeper into what you're doing. So regarding Substack, you get to build something that is like a village, like this village that you have, and you have people who love what you do, who are interested in what you do, interested in you personally, your persona and who you are, and they want to be a part of your community. So it's very easy for you to say, hello, my friend. Hello there. I've seen what you're doing. I like what you're doing. Would you love to be my friend and collaborate with me? And they'll be like, yeah, I like that. Let's do that. It's like that here on Substack. So I wanted that kind of village. I wanted to have that kind of village with me. I don't want to do it alone. I want that kind of village. So that's why I'm here.
Okay. So talk to me about the people that you come in contact with, okay? How do you resonate with them, vice versa? Okay, we're going to wait here peacefully and patiently, and she will return. We all have had unstable signals, including me. It could be me. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. She'll be back, and we will continue. Absolutely. Hello, Netta Faye. Good to see you. Exactly. No worries. Even if we have to start over, we're gonna do that. But we're gonna get this done today, guaranteed. Absolutely. Okay. So in the meantime, while we're waiting on on Faith to come back, we were talking about community building and purpose. Okay, and community is about purpose, connection, and shared values. Okay, and so people join communities because they are looking for commonality, okay, common interests, in ways in which we can elevate each other by sharing our stories, sharing our triumphs, sharing our adversities. And by doing so, it enables us to elevate ourselves to higher levels of thinking, higher levels of consciousness, higher levels of productivity. And when we do that, we are much more uh, capable of doing much more in the world by helping other people. And that is the reason why we exist here on this earth. It took me a long time to realize exactly what my role was in this life. Okay. I didn't know what that was. I said, hey, I'm going to go work for the federal government. I decided to work for the government because they was one of the largest employers in the world. And I figured doing that, I have much more stability. I have much more um, opportunities, as well as being able to stay there long enough to retire, because I didn't want to be going to different jobs and everything, because every time you start over, you start at the bottom. And then when you start at the bottom, your initiation starts. And whether or not you're going to pass the initiation or not is totally up to the organization, because many times they bring you in, give you all of these things to do, but then they set you up to fail. Okay? So when you realize which side you're on, whether you're on the side of right or whether you're on the side of persecution, then it's time to hit the road, okay? Because it doesn't get any better at all, okay? I can tell you that. I've held out long, long time, okay? And and when you see the handwriting on the wall and when people show you who they are, believe it, okay? It don't get no better. So people just continue to plot and plan your demise. And while they're doing that, I'm plotting and planning my exit and where I'm going to go next. Okay. Working for the federal government, I know people everywhere, all over the world. Okay. All I have to do is make a phone call or an email and say, I'm in distress. Do you have a job for me? Yes. Okay. It might take a couple of months because you got bureaucracy and red tape. Okay. But the fact is, if you don't put yourself out there and if you don't tell people what you need, they don't know. People can't read your mind. Okay. So I try to stay in good relationship with everybody, including my enemies. Okay. But, uh, because they can be useful too. Okay? They slip and tell you things that they didn't even realize. Oh, okay, because I was in Israel. And this one guy, I just really didn't like him. He was really slimy. He was a snake. I knew he was a snake. And I was talking to him one day, and he had let it slip that they were planning on, trying to sabotage me. Okay. And he let it slip. Okay. It's like I said, I'm like, oh, well, thank you so much. Okay. And so the next day, this supervisor was stupid enough to send me an email with something stupid in it. I took that email and I sent it to the colonel. And I was like, I have to come to Germany and talk to you about this situation. This man gave me evidence. Okay. He gave me evidence, the evidence that I needed to take him down. Okay. Because he had been harassing me forever. Okay. And that was not my choice, but it was either him or me at that point, and I was not going down. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Margaret,
Okay.
my apologies. My apologies.
Not necessary. Okay. Where were we? We can start over. We can start over. We can start over.
You asked a question about my community, my writing. So that's where we
Okay.
were.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
then I came to Substack for the village I could find there, which was actually a very beautiful community. That was what brought me here. I wanted to have people around me who loved what I did and also wanted to be a part of the community I created. That's why I'm here.
Okay, so we were talking about, the relationships that you have developed and vice versa to build this uh, amazing community. How did you go about that? I'm sorry.
Coming on
Did you?
Substack, I wasn't expecting it to be simple and easy.
Okay.
I I've always felt like I could do better with what I did in my community. So when I came online, initially it was kind of like a struggle figuring out what I wanted to write about. Because I'm mostly used to writing about personal stories and dramatic things that happen every day with me. But when I came here, I felt like those stories will not be accepted. They will not be wanted. So I struggled doing that. So I realized that I could do better telling telling my story in my own way by inviting people to be a part of what I did, which I actually began. I mean, this was the initial idea, and I stuck to that. I did that, and right now it's been a big progress. It's been wonderful, honestly.
That's amazing. That how you use your power and your energy, because sometimes I struggle, uh, honestly, with relationships because I can be very blunt and it can, hurt people's feelings. So I'm just trying to get an idea of how we all can cultivate relationships better and what we do.
Establishing relationships with people, sometimes it's not so easy. I mean, you have to look into this person, know what they like, what they do, what they are all about, and then know how to relate with them, know how to, first of all, say hi and hello to them. I mean, that's not something that is easy. But if you are a people person and you've been dealing with people your entire life, I mean, I grew up in a teaching family. My daddy was a teacher, my mommy was a teacher, my grandparents were teachers and preachers. So I know what a community is like, and I know exactly how to make people feel welcome, make people feel loved and liked. So I approach everyone with the energy of hello in a very mild and gentle way. I try to make them feel special because they are actually special. We are all special. And I know we've met people in our lives where they've made us feel like shit, but that's not the truth. Everyone is unique in their own way. So you just know, you just gotta know how to deal with different people. That's the key to building a good community. your ability to communicate, and the other person doesn't perceive any form of malice or anger or judgment from your communication with them. That alone can give you a best friend. You really have no idea. It can give you a best friend, honestly.
Well, you are amazing. Okay. And talk to us a little bit about Legacy of Loss. You have this
Oh,
non-fictional
my
story.
my first book. Okay. Um. Well, I'm gonna begin by saying I didn't cry. Like I haven't cried for most of my life. Not because I cannot cry, but because of what my family and I went through when we were younger. My dad passed away when we were like my other sibling, she was just 15 years old. And we're seven. We're seven in our family. So my other sister was 15 years old when my dad passed away, meaning my mom was very young. She was 32 or 35, I believe. So she had to raise me plus six other kids all on her own. And our in-laws treated us very badly. We had to move out of the community we were staying and go to the city to start a new life in the city. So personally, I didn't grow up with my family. I'm not going to say I was shipped off to my grandma to be raised by her because that's a bad word to use. Because I knew my mom meant well for me. I'm just going to say that I lived with my grandma while my siblings lived with my father and my mom. So whatever I heard of my dad was mostly the stories they told me. And I wanted to know him better. So in order to know him better, I had to ask my mom, how was your husband like? Imagine the daughter asking the mom, how was your husband like? But that husband is actually your father. So it's actually very crazy. So I asked her what he was like, what the village was like, what everything there was like. And it was like an interview that I did with my sibling. I was like, how was growing up with him like? I heard he was strict. I heard he was very disciplined. He was this, he was that. And they told me what they could tell me about him. And I took all of that and I developed that story. That was like me finding closure for myself. Legacy of Loss is a story I wrote to try to understand this person, whom till today is still the key figure in our lives, even when he's long gone. So we still look up to him. We still try to emulate what he did, his life. And I believe that a majority of what I am today is mostly influenced by him, not even my mother, because I look up to him a lot. So Legacy of Wealth, you could call it a memoir. You could call the book a memoir. It could be like that. It could be a regular novel. Anyone. It passes as that. So it's a book that introduces you into the traditional African society. I mean, if you've been imagining what Africa is like, what a typical village in Africa is like, then you should read the book because it's gonna show you inside the life of what it's like to grow up here. Just that.
You know, that is amazing. I had an opportunity to go to Johannesburg, South Africa. Okay. I believe
That's lovely.
that's where, yeah, right. I believe that's where I forgot his name. Um he's the African, what was his name? I can't think of his name. Anyway, uh tell us what country, African country you're from.
I don't like
Okay.
mentioning that a lot.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
No.
So
No. I'm gonna say it. I'm actually proud of where I'm from. It's just that it's not a word I mention a lot. Well, I live in Nigeria. I'm very much Nigerian. I live in Nigeria. I grew up in Nigeria and I've been here my entire life. And it's a beautiful place. It's very cultural and traditional. But we love it.
beautiful. I love traveling all around the world. Okay. And I had an opportunity while I was in South Africa to go to a safari. And it was the most amazing experience in my life. Okay. Desmond Tutu. Desmond Tutu, we went to his house, and the other guy is, he stayed in jail forever and then he got out. I can't think of his name. Nelson Mandela. Okay. So yeah,
Yeah. No, Mandela.
absolutely. So be able to go to their homes and see the areas and everything, see the kids. It was amazing experience. And Stowe, When you talk about building this community, what other things come to mind?
Well, a friend asked me last week, "Are you a short-term player or a long-term player?" And I was like, "No, no, no. I don't do anything to play short-term at all. Whatever I do, I already have a 10-year plan for it. So I cannot be stopping here." So the plan for the community is actually to move it forward into a full-time organization. That was the initial idea for Planet Route. I mean, that's the initial blueprint for it. So it's divided into three sections, but for now we are only on the newsletter version of it. There are other two sections of it that are yet to be explored. But I believe in the world we live today identifies as the creative. We are all creatives because whether we're doing science or we're doing art, in the end, we are still creating something. So I want to build a tribal community where you don't just create, but you tell the story behind what you do. Everybody has a story behind making a biro. There is a story behind making a book or making a jotter. There is a story behind even buying something. There is a story behind everything. And in a world where everything is being replaced by AI, fast paced thinking, we are getting to forget that there is something called culture. There is something called originality. There is something called being truthful to yourself and to those behind what you do, behind and where you want to go.
Okay,
That
well,
is it.
I love that. How can I come on board to help you? My bags are packed.
Okay. I'll
I'm serious.
let you know. I'll definitely let you
I'm,
know.
I'm just I'm just waiting for the right opportunity. Okay. So all of these things sound very good. You started off, I don't know what was the lowest number of artists that you chose. I mean, that you started off with, but you get to 33. And now you're monetizing all of this, giving the content creators an opportunity to raise the level, raise the bar. Okay. And put their stuff out there and start making some money in addition to what they're already making. Okay, and that is profound. You know what I'm saying? And how you show value, you give value to people, and they will support you, and they will be there for you. Okay, and I love that. And you talk about a 10-year plan. However, how often you may have to modify that 10-year plan on a yearly basis, maybe look at it on a 6-month basis to see if you're still in alignment to where you wanted to go, right?
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, because we are living in
Yeah.
a rapidly changing
It's all
world.
about the steps you take. I mean, it may not be big. So you just gotta wake up every day and just add a little bit to what you're doing. You just keep adding a little bit to it. You-
I'm sorry, Raul. We have a bad connection. I apologize.
Which was the
It is
business thread. I've just been doing the
okay. We have a bad internet connection today. However, I will do what I can to. Okay, I'm loving the live too. I really am loving it, and we are.
Can you
She's
hear me
coming
at all?
back.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can. I can hear you now. I can hear you. We can hear you now. Take take your time, sister. Okay.
Ah, I'm actually in the office right now and I had to leave the space to come here. So this place is actually very terrible. Pardon me.
That's okay. That's okay. Continue when you can. Okay. It's all good. Even if we need to reschedule, nothing's going to stop the show. Okay. Trust and believe. Take your time. Um, when we think about community, okay, with a clear why, without a purpose, momentum fades. Okay.
I
And
was
so
saying,
go ahead. Yes. It's okay. We're here. We're waiting. Okay. All right. I apologize for this. We will reschedule if and when necessary. I'm going to try to get her back again. Okay, because her message is too important for us not to hear. Okay, I'm sure we can all agree to that. And we will get her back again. Okay, for a redo. Okay, but in the meantime, we'll see if we can get her back, and it's all good. It's all good. Thank you all for your patience. Okay. Thank you all for your patience. Okay. Hi, Raul. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Margaret. I can hear you.
Okay. We were just waiting on you. You have something important to say, and we want to hear it.
I was actually talking about the last issue I did, the
Okay.
business thread. And the reason why I brought that up is mostly because over the last 3 months, I've been doing lots of issues. And it's always been about what you give out. I mean, the community, you say we're doing this week, and they are so interested in doing it. But in the end, it may turn out to just be all about you. And I don't want anything to be all about me. I want everything to be all about you instead. So I brought up that business thread to give other creators the opportunity to show me what they're doing, show Substack what they're doing. Substack, here are these people. This is what they're doing. This is their businesses. They are showing you right here. Please come in, look at it, and also patronize. I purchased a few items from a few of those creators, and I was really proud of myself. I mean, what's a community if we don't lift each other up? And that was the idea behind it. So I hope in the future we do more of that in the future. I really hope we do more of that in the future. It would be lovely.
Yes. Now, in your work, you are in the raw pages. You did spoken performance poetry. You did lyrical,
Yeah.
intimate poetry. You did experimental wild forms, and you did epic narrative poetry. So how did you figure out how to go about that?
All right. Regarding that body of work, that was not the initial idea or plan for it.
Okay. Okay.
I just wanted poetry. I knew it was gonna be amazing. But eventually I got lots of submissions that were much more than I expected them to be. And I told myself if I pack all of this into one thing, it's gonna be looking like a market where there's a lot of noise and nothing is being centered. There is no focus. It's so different. So I decided to segment it into different sections. What I actually did there was I took out all the poetry from each of these writers and I analyzed them. I read through each of them one by one, and I separated them into the different departments where they belong to: the spoken, the narrative, the descriptive, because I wanted each person to come in and be like, okay, this is where my poetry fell into. My poetry was here. Wow, that's interesting. And I wanted it to be so much more fun. When you're doing an issue and there are lots of people involved, everybody wants to feel special, everybody wants to be
Yes.
seen. So, as an editor, how do you make that possible? So that was where the idea for the segmentation came in.
I
And
love it.
after Thank you, Sayara.
I love how you segmented that. So, how many issues do you put out normally in 1 month? Let's say. Take your time, Raul. Can you hear me, Raul? Okay, we're going to wait here patiently. Um, so when we build with intention, we build consistency, which also helps to with co-creation, vulnerability, and authenticity builds relationships that last. Um, and active listening is vital because there's times that we think we're hearing something and we're not. We're putting our projections on other people. And instead of doing that, before you go walk away, restate what you think you heard. I think this is what I heard you say. Sometimes you'll find that things can very easily be taken out of context. Okay? So make sure that it's understood before you respond because sometimes we can end up with egg on our face, and I have done that myself. And but that's okay. Don't beat yourself up because life is a learning process. It includes a lot of trial and error. Okay, and without taking those steps and making those mistakes, you can't move forward. Okay, so don't look at a mistake as a failure. It's a win because the next move you will come out much more victorious because of the lesson you learned from that trial. That's all it is. Life is a bunch of trials and errors. Okay. And at the end, when you go meet your maker, I mean, it ain't gonna really make a difference when you're looking over the course of your life. Okay, I made this one mistake. Okay, all right, whatever, sue me. It is what it is. I'm not sure if we're gonna get Raul Joseph back today. I'm trying, and I'm not sure how long we are going to wait, and that will be decided. But whatever comes out of this live will be sent to people to watch because it's very valuable information and which we all can use, okay, to further our uh, professional and personal pursuits. And I would say that everybody here wants to take advantage, not take advantage, I don't want to say take advantage, of the opportunities that are put in your path. When somebody asks you, hey, you want to collaborate? Say yes. Don't say no. Okay? Keep, Keep doing things that make you feel uncomfortable, because that's how we learn and that's how we grow. That's how I was doing these lives. Okay. I did my second audio this morning. Okay. I'm going to continue to do those every day until I get better at it. Okay. That's what we have to do. Continue to raise the bar and do everything that we can to succeed, because there's so many things that are trying to prevent us from doing that. We have these skills, we have these gifts, and we're going to utilize them to make the world a better place, okay? Make the world a better place for ourselves, for our families, for our future generations, okay? Because if we don't, what world is going to be left for those who's going to be left behind when we're dead and gone, okay? It's not about us. It's about, again, making sacrifices so we can have a better life on the other side of this chaos, okay? But if we don't do the work, we can't expect to get anything out of it, like a bank account. If you don't put nothing in, you can't get nothing out, okay? This is the world we live in, okay? I'm not sure if Raul's coming back today, and I want to thank you all for coming, okay? Sincerely, I appreciate everybody's support. I'm not sure if she's coming back. All in all, we will get her back, okay? Thank you so much. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much.